Britain just endured the coldest night of the winter, and it's not over yet. Storm Goretti is moving in, threatening heavy snow, travel chaos, and freezing conditions nationwide.
Welcome to Power and Policy UK, your trusted source for clear, unbiased updates on UK politics, power and policies shaping the nation today. Britons are waking up to what is being described as the coldest night of the winter so far, as freezing temperatures sweep across large parts of the UK and Storm Goretti edges closer, bringing the growing threat of heavy snowfall, icy winds and widespread disruption. Overnight, temperatures plunged well below seasonal averages, leaving cars coated in thick frost, pavements dangerously icy, and households cranking up their heating as the reality of winter's harsh grip set in once again. Across northern England, Scotland and parts of Wales, thermometers dipped to minus figures, with some rural areas experiencing temperatures not seen so far this season. Weather observers reported a sharp drop just after midnight, with clear skies allowing heat to escape rapidly, intensifying the cold. For many, this morning marked the first true test of winter resilience, as frozen winds cut through even the warmest layers of clothing.
Meteorologists warned this is only the beginning. Storm Goretti, a powerful weather system forming over the North Atlantic, is expected to push colder Arctic air southwards, colliding with moist Atlantic fronts. This volatile combination is forecast to bring heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain to several regions, potentially causing travel chaos, power outages, and school closures in the days ahead. The Met Office has issued multiple weather warnings, urging people to remain alert as conditions could change rapidly. Forecasters say snowfall could be particularly disruptive because ground temperatures are already extremely low, meaning snow is likely to settle quickly and turn to ice. Even small amounts could lead to hazardous driving conditions and increased risk of accidents. In Scotland, communities in the Highlands and Grampian regions are bracing for significant snowfall, with accumulations expected to build over successive days. Mountain passes could become impassable, and residents are being advised to stock up on essentials. Local councils have already begun deploying gritters and snow-clearing teams in anticipation of worsening conditions. Northern England is also firmly in Storm Goretti's path. Cities such as Leeds, Manchester and Sheffield could see snow showers turning heavier as the storm system moves inland. Rural areas are likely to be hardest hit, where untreated roads and exposed locations may experience drifting snow due to strong gusts. In Wales, higher ground areas are expected to see snowfall first, but forecasters warn that even lower elevations could see sleet or snow as temperatures continue to fall. Coastal regions may experience freezing rain, a particularly dangerous phenomenon that coats surfaces in a thin, invisible layer of ice. Southern England has so far escaped the worst of the cold, but this is set to change as Storm Goretti tracks southeast. Colder air is forecast to spread across the Midlands and into the south. Overnight frost is expected to become widespread, with the potential for snow reaching areas that have so far remained untouched this winter. Transport authorities are already warning of possible delays and cancellations. Rail operators say points failures caused by ice are a real risk, while airlines are monitoring conditions closely at major airports. Even minor snowfall can have knock-on effects across the transport network, especially during peak travel hours.
Drivers are being urged to avoid unnecessary journeys, particularly during early mornings and late evenings when temperatures are at their lowest. Police have reminded motorists to check tyres, carry emergency supplies, and allow extra time for journeys. Pedestrians are also being warned to take care, as untreated pavements can become dangerously slippery. The cold snap is also placing increased pressure on energy supplies. With millions turning up their heating, energy demand has surged, raising concerns about costs for households already struggling with high bills. Charities are warning that vulnerable people, particularly the elderly and those living alone, face increased risk during prolonged cold spells. Health officials are urging people to check on neighbors and relatives, ensure homes are adequately heated, and take precautions to avoid cold-related illnesses. Prolonged exposure to low temperatures can increase the risk of hypothermia, respiratory problems, and heart-related conditions. Schools across some northern regions are preparing for potential closures, particularly where access roads may become unsafe. Parents are being advised to stay alert for updates from local authorities and school administrators, as decisions may need to be made at short notice depending on overnight conditions. Farmers are also feeling the impact of the extreme cold. Livestock require additional care during freezing weather, and snow can make it difficult to access feed supplies. There are concerns that prolonged frost could damage winter crops, potentially affecting yields later in the year. Storm Goretti's arrival comes after weeks of relatively unsettled but mild conditions, making the sudden drop in temperature feel even more severe. Meteorologists explain that the jet stream has shifted southwards, allowing cold Arctic air to spill across the UK. This pattern can lock in cold weather for days or even weeks, depending on how pressure systems evolve. Long-range forecasts suggest that temperatures may remain below average for the foreseeable future, with further weather systems potentially bringing additional snowfall. While it is too early to say whether this will be one of the coldest winters on record, experts say the current conditions are consistent with a classic British winter pattern. Emergency services are on standby, particularly in areas where snow and ice are expected to be most severe. Local resilience forums are coordinating responses, ensuring shelters and support are available if needed. Councils are also monitoring the situation closely, ready to escalate their response if conditions deteriorate rapidly. Public reaction to the cold snap has been mixed. While some have welcomed the return of a proper winter, others are expressing concern over travel disruption, rising energy costs, and the strain on public services. Social media has been flooded with images of frost-covered streets, frozen car windows, and early snowfall, capturing the dramatic shift in weather. Weather experts stress that while snow can be visually striking, it also brings real risks. Even experienced drivers can struggle on icy roads, and seemingly minor slips can result in serious injuries. Preparation and caution, they say, are key to staying safe. As Storm Goretti continues its approach, the message from authorities is clear. Stay informed, plan ahead, and take warnings seriously. Weather alerts may be updated frequently as forecasts are refined, and what begins as light snow could quickly intensify. For now, Britons are bracing themselves for another bitter night, as temperatures are expected to dip once again after sunset. Frost is likely to form quickly, and any moisture on roads or pavements could freeze solid. With snow expected to follow, the coming days may test the country's ability to cope with winter's harshest conditions. You've been watching Power and Policy UK. If this update helped you understand what's really happening, like, subscribe, and stay informed.